Welcome to the circus tent, punk bitches.
What the fuck is up, people? It's Bread and Circuses. We're doing a bonus episode. Nick's not here. He's still on his vacation. He'll be back next weekend, though. Don't worry about that. I'm with our producer, Zach, from Raptor Den Studios.
Hooty hoo, bitches.
That's right. He's shouting out his show, Drunk and Disorderly. Go check him out. I'm drinking wine. It's 2 o'clock on a Sunday afternoon. I'm basically like a middle-aged single mom right now. But straight out the bottle, bitches. We're just talking fucking... What's up?
I just broke my fast a minute ago, and I really want to talk about this because
yeah.
I'm doing keto, which last night I broke myself out because it was my anniversary.
Right.
My first anniversary, so it's really special.
Congratulations.
Thank you. So, but I need to get back into ketosis. So I'm like, well, what's a good like late lunch that I can do? I'm going to make eggs with no milk, instead use butter and then a ton of cheese. So it is the biggest fat bomb egg I've ever made. And
Fuck
it was amazing. And I'll probably be back into ketosis by tomorrow.
You got a new dog too. Is that like an anniversary gift?
Kind of. So look, let's get a little personal before we talk about all the fun stuff today. So my wife has 4 kids.
Right.
But they're all from her ex, obviously, and
it's
not safe for her to have more.
Right.
And since we can't have kids together, it hurts both of us, I think.
Right.
Like, definitely her more. She really wishes that she could have a kid with me.
And that is a big deal to some people. You know, It's like, you know what I mean?
We're a family, and she feels like, not having a kid with me is like detrimental to something. I don't know. I can't explain her mindset. For me, it does kind of suck knowing that I won't be inflicting this craziness onto the next generation. But, we've always been kind of focused on rescues and whatnot. Although this dog actually wasn't really a rescue.
Right.
I mean, kind of, she would have gone into a shelter at some point if someone hadn't have gotten her. But she's adorable. We're calling her Brigitte Stormbow. And calling her Stormy for short.
And she's a shepherd, right?
Yeah.
That was her barking.
No, that was the other dog barking. So Neo is kind of terrorizing her a little bit because he's huge and has way too much fucking energy.
He's a lab, right?
Yeah, he's a lab.
How old?
So he's a lab border collie mix, so it's actually worse than you think.
How old is he?
Like 7.
My lab's about to be 10. I would tell you it gets better, but it doesn't. It does not get better. It never does. So when she was on her, when she had her thyroid problems were kicking in, I thought I was going to lose her. She was like lethargic, but now she's on her meds and she's a different dog.
Part of me wishes Neo would have a minor thyroid problem, so he just finds some equilibrium.
But the problem is, though, like it fucks with their liver.
Yeah.
So
I just want him to chill the fuck out once in a while. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
Especially when I bring a new dog home and he's like, this is exciting. Let's play right now. I play very aggressively, though. And the puppy's like, I can't. What the fuck is this?
Yeah. That's what they do, though, is they have to pick on the puppies, especially when there's a huge age gap. That's like the rite of passage. Just don't let him kill her.
I don't think he's even being, he's not trying to be a dick. He just wants to play.
Right.
Because the other dog's too small and fat to play with him. So
that's right. I didn't know you guys had a third.
I don't talk about it very much. It's not my dog. It's my wife's dog.
What kind of dog is it?
It's like a Basset Chiweenie. So it's a Chihuahua wiener dog Basset hound.
Oh, so it's all kinds of shit.
Yeah.
Huh. I didn't know that.
Like, it makes me feel athletic. We'll put it that way.
I'm not a fan of little dogs. Like some of them, if they've got energy, I don't know. It's like the lazy ones that just lounge around. I can tolerate those ones, but I don't like the yippers that are like biting at you and shit.
So you would probably like this dog then.
Really? Yeah. It just because like they're almost like a stuffed animal. Like you just pick them up and
you
like,
can't really pick him up too easy. He's heavy.
He's fat.
He's dense.
Oh, okay. Well, that's like my mom's got like a tiny little Bichon, and like he's part pillow, part stuffed animal because he doesn't move. Like he's got the personality of a rock. It's kind of sad. I think he's like depressed, but Whoa.
So classy.
So quick. What? Drinking wine straight out the bottle?
Yeah.
Yeah, my girlfriend and I actually got this. We were gonna drink wine, but it just didn't happen. So now here we are.
You gotta get the box and drink it from the spigot, dude.
Oh, you gotta take it out of the box and just drink it from the bag.
I don't drink box wine, I drink bag wine.
Fuck yeah.
What in the fucking Council Bluffs is this?
That is the trashiest thing. Like I would expect to see that at like I tell you, one of the biggest white trash fests I ever saw. I went to Uncle Cracker at Rib Fest across the river. So we wanted to see Bowling for Soup, and it was like $3 to get the $3 more to get the 3-day pass, which included Travis Tritt and Uncle Cracker. We didn't see Travis Tritt. We're like, I'll pay $3 to see Uncle Cracker. What else am I doing on a Thursday night? Staying at home would have been better than seeing Uncle Cracker because like he was wasted out of his mind. I was worried he was going to throw up. It was brutal.
I mean, you kind of have to be wasted to listen to Uncle Cracker.
That's
so
true.
I would assume he has to be wasted to sing.
That's true. Slapjack. So he was an idiot though. I don't know who put the tour together because he sang "Follow Me" halfway through, and the whole crowd got up and left. So it's like that's the one song we came here to see. Yeah.
Does he have another song? I don't.
Follow Me.
Like, is there another song that
he's got a couple. He remade the "Give Me the People and Free My Soul,"
oh, yeah.
And then he did "You Make Me Smile Like the Sun," that one, and then he had the one with Kenny Chesney, the "Everything Is Hotter When the Sun Goes Down." Those were his he had 4 pretty sizable hits.
Okay, I'll take your word for it.
So
this is I don't know what order all this shit will go up, but this is the first of 2 podcasts that I have to be on today.
Oh shit, okay.
The other one is it's going to be on the Launchpads network, www.thelaunchpadmedia.com.
What's that?
That's the network that I'm on.
Oh, okay.
But there's a show, something like Sounds Like Liberty or something like that. I'm very sorry, Nick. I didn't pay attention. But I'm excited to be on it because he's like, yeah, I like to get other podcast hosts and sit down and talk about music. I'm like, well, I mean, there's one of our guys is in a band.
Right.
Like, maybe he's a better guest.
Right.
Because all I'm going to talk about is like my favorite K-pop album or what anime I think has the best soundtrack. He's like, oh, no, that's way more interesting.
Really?
You're high as shit, dude. Let's do it.
Who's this guy?
Nick, I'm so bad with last names. It starts with a P.
Oh, okay.
Nick Picone.
Oh, okay. I should hit him up. You should point him in my direction. That'd be a cool talk. Does it?
Yeah. Let me scroll back up here. The podcast is called Sounds Like Liberty.
Sounds Like Liberty. Okay.
Yeah, and they get like libertarian podcast hosts. Yeah, I'll send them your way.
Okay, cool. Yeah,
you probably know a lot more about the shit they want to talk about tonight.
Probably. I mean, my co-host isn't libertarian, but I guess I classify as something like that.
And you come on our show every now and again.
I do. So yeah, no, that'd be cool. My music taste is so wild, man. Like you hit my play now or shuffle on my Spotify, and it's like,
and it's all Old Town Road. All
old, yes. Old Town Road has its own playlist.
Every remix available.
Yeah. My fucking what was the so no, you'll go from Rage Against the Machine to like to Machine Gun Kelly. The word machine is required. And then like out of nowhere every now and then it'll sprinkle in like a Florida Georgia line or something like that. So it's like I don't
trust people who aren't like that with their music though. Like if you're just like, I
what do you
don't
mean?
listen to rap, it's like, well,
I hate that.
I think you're a boring personality then.
I hate that. Yeah, it's like get out there. I'm not saying you have to like it, because certainly the majority of country music, it's far and few between what I can actually stand. But every now and then I hear a song that's kind of catchy. I'm like, okay.
And it's typically pop country. Look, here's the thing.
Right.
And maybe I'm shooting my load I'm shooting my load on the wrong podcast here, but I love pop music, dude. Give me some Backstreet Boys and I'm good to go.
Have you heard Backwards cover of the Bye Bye Bye?
Fuck yeah, dude. That was amazing.
That's so awesome. It was such a good cover. He's because we talked about this earlier. His other band, Fire from the Gods, they're coming with who was it? Five Finger Death Punch, who I wouldn't stay to see. No, I wouldn't pay to 5 years ago, maybe I'd see them, but I'm not gonna see that. And I think they're here with Bad Wolves and I want to say Breaking Benjamin, but I don't know. That doesn't sound right. But it's now it's gonna bug me. But yeah, they're coming here. They're gonna be in Omaha on a weekend. I totally want to try and see if I can hit him up and get him in the studio like live. That'd be kind of cool. I don't know if he would go to the strange guy's apartment, but we'll see. That's the one.
Well, if you have Aaron vouch for you, it's probably more likely.
Does she know him?
I believe so. They're in the same district. Like I don't know.
So it's cool.
I mean, just tell him that you worked for David for a while. It'll be fine.
Oh, I have pictures with him. He's met me before.
Oh,
so
right.
I just
yeah.
Hey,
so
dude,
we've met like once or twice. You want to come over to my apartment?
Yeah. Well, there's pluses and minuses to doing a show in your house. Like, obviously, I'm not famous like Joe Rogan, so it's like, oh yeah, I'll go to that guy's house for a show. But it's like, the pluses are it's cheaper. We don't have to pay for a spot, right? We don't have to pay for like a commercial spot, and I can write it off on my taxes as like I can write like a portion of my rent off. But the downside is people don't always want to come and do in person. They're like, is this guy gonna kill me, or like, you know what I mean? I feel kind of bad because I feel like it makes people uneasy to come to this strange person's apartment.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, but. Okay, 3 Days Grace. 3 Days Grace is the other band.
They have a couple good songs.
Yeah, but they replaced their singer.
Oh, I mean, how much of their music is really reliant on the singer sounding good? Like the lyrics are fairly decent, and their guitar is heavy and fairly simple. Mm-hmm. So like, doesn't matter.
But he's kind of got one of those voices that sticks out though.
Not like to me, he just sounds like every Linkin Park Skillet wannabe.
Yeah, you can't replace him with Chester Bennington. That ship has sailed.
I don't think John Cooper's coming over for that one
either. No, I saw. Yeah, we really are. We're on the wrong show, but I saw.
This was going to be a sports podcast. It's now a music podcast.
We're talking. That's the charm of this show is you never know where it's going to go. I saw Chris Cornell like his second to last show before he committed suicide.
I don't know who that is.
Was Soundgarden.
Okay,
Spoon Man.
I've heard that name before.
Oh, okay. No, that was a big deal. He died. He killed himself a couple years ago, and that was like his second to last show before he committed suicide. So that was wild. But. Here. So we were talking about sports, right? Before we got started. UConn's going back to the Big East.
Yeah, so let me throw this up. And if we share a website, it is not an endorsement. I just want to point that out.
Yeah, fuck ESPN.
Yeah, really fuck ESPN. I should have gone to Fox Sports instead.
UConn leaving AAC in 17 million.
Yeah. The thing is, the minute they get into the Big East and have a few marquee games, they'll probably make that back. 17 million.
Probably.
Shit.
No, not for a big school like that.
No. And they have until 2026, so they can do like 2 million a year until then, or something like that.
Oh, they have to make payments on it?
They just have to pay 17 million by 2026.
Oh, okay.
And shit, at this rate, they could just play the long game and think that the AAC is going to fold by then, because it probably will without them.
At least in basketball. I don't know. Football is kind of legit because they got like well, they're staying in football though, right?
No, they're going independent.
Oh, they're leaving.
Football.
Oh, that's right. That's what you said. Okay.
They're going to the Big East and everything. Let me scroll down. Where was
the AAC?
They're going to the Big East and everything besides football, and then hockey and rowing. ice hockey and rowing.
I'll give the AAC credit. They actually put a fairly entertaining football league together with UCF and USF. I don't know.
Right. Those two teams are going to leave soon.
Yeah, probably as soon as they get an offer to, the ACC or something.
He's like, okay, we're getting our asses kicked. We have Clemson and no one else.
Right.
You're going to see the Floridas go there. I think the only reason they haven't is because Florida State, it already feels like an afterthought in that state. And if they had to compete in their own conference with another couple of Florida teams, they would just fold.
Right. No, I can see that. Well, the ACC is there's not much parity because it's pretty much just Clemson and everybody else, and nobody else stands a chance.
Mm-hmm.
But did you see AJ Green is out or fucked his ankle up? He's gonna miss 8 weeks for the Bengals.
No, I didn't see that. Hang on,
Baker.
Keep talking. I'm just.
Oh no, you're good. You're good. Yeah, I saw. Let's see, AJ Green, because they said he got carted off, and I guess that's not. I mean, when you hear carted off, I think snapped femur or something like that. So I guess it could have been a lot worse there. I don't know. I saw. Let's see here. Did that say Baker Mayfield had the 7th best odds to win the MVP?
I didn't really. I wasn't. I was specifically looking.
Oh, you pulling up AAC?
So I didn't see.
Okay, the AAC.
Well, so here's the ACC. Just
right.
ACC first.
Yeah.
So, there's Clemson.
Right.
Florida State doesn't matter anymore.
No.
Miami doesn't matter anymore.
No.
Louisville sometimes matters.
Yeah, they put together a competitive team every 3 or 4 years. Same with Virginia Tech.
Virginia Tech, it's been a hot minute since they've been a threat.
Right.
There's no one else. I have a soft spot for Syracuse. That's my team in that league.
Right.
Look, here I have a team in every league.
Right.
I don't, and all the people are fair weather fit. Fuck you. I enjoy having a couple teams to root for when Nebraska's having an off year. Fuck you.
Which has been a lot.
Yeah. This is gonna be a good season, though. I feel like.
I think it will. Did you see people freaking out over Adrian Martinez?
No.
So he was at the Big Ten preseason awards banquet, and somebody asked him to throw him a pass 40 yards across this banquet hall. And it went 30 or 35 and skipped across some woman's drink. And people are freaking out that he didn't make that throw. There's no pressure. I'm like, okay, first off, the dude's in a fucking slim fit tailored suit. So call me when you can throw a ball 20 yards in a slim fit tailored suit. I don't care who you are. That's a tough pass to make. And I'd rather have a defense on me than that.
And let's be 100% honest. He's not our quarterback because he can hit a 40-yard throw.
No,
he's our quarterback because he's accurate at 10 to 20 yards and he can run like a motherfucker.
Exactly. Yeah, no. We don't need him to hit the 40-yard throws. Not all the time. Once or twice, that's cool. But
we need him to be able to throw 40 yards in the vicinity of a receiver and let that receiver get under the ball.
Right. Yeah, exactly. Or if a guy's wide open and burns coverage. Again, he's not in a suit. He'll have warmed up, so it's a little bit different.
Yeah. And that's important. People don't understand how important it is to have a hot arm when you're throwing.
Mm-hmm. You can't just go out and do it. That's why they go out and warm up for an hour.
So, correct me if I'm wrong. Connecticut's the worst team in that league, right? Football-wise?
I feel like they put together a decent team every now and then.
Just last season.
They
were bad.
Oh, they were okay. For
That's a lot of L's right there, homie.
They beat Rhode Island by a point.
They were 1-11. Their only win was Rhode Island by a touchdown.
So they're really bad.
Yeah,
they're really bad.
This was the weakest team in that league then.
Oh, then they don't care. They're fine.
So what they care about is that's a occasional national title contender in basketball. They've won one fairly recently, right?
Yeah, that was Big East though. They were in the Big East. That was Shabazz Napier. See, if you would have Googled that on your smartphone, it already would have recommended it because it was listening.
Yeah. 2010.
That was, I feel like, it was before that, wasn't it?
Well, that's the last time.
Oh, I feel like, was that Kemba Walker? Or was that, see, when did Shabazz Napier win it? I
2010. 2010. 2010. 2010. 2010. 2010. 2010. 2010. 2010. 2010. 2010. 2010. 2010. 2010. 2010. 2010. 2010. 2010. 2010. 2010. 2010. 2010. 2010. 2010. 2010. 2010. 2010. 2010. 2010. 2010. 2010. 2010. 2010. 2010. 2010. 2010. 2010. 2010. 2010. 2010. 2010. 2010. 2010. 2010. 2010. 2010. 2010. 2010. 2010. 2010. 2010. 2010. 2010. 2010. 2010. 2010. 2010. 2010. 2010. 2010. 2010. 2010. 2010. 2010. 2010. 2010. 2010. 2010. 2010. 2010. 2010. 2010. 2010. 2010. 2010. 2010. 2010. 2010. 2010. 2010. 2010. 2010. 2010. 2010. 2010. 2010. 2010. 2010. 2010. 2010. 2010. 2010. 2010. 2010. 20 I don't.
Yeah,
Napier.
They won it in 2014.
Did
that
they?
was his freshman year. Yeah, they won one in 24. I'm on his Wikipedia right now. It says 2-time national champion. That was his freshman year, and they won it his senior year too.
So why isn't it Paul? Fuck you, Google. Fucking.
I know. Yeah, so they won it in 14. And that was 11 was Kemba Walker's team, and then that was
okay.
Shabazz Napier. But Kemba, I'm excited for him. We'll see.
Who else was on that team then? Oh.
On that team? On the 2014 team? I don't really think anybody that was relevant. Is there I don't think anybody did anything. Rodney Purvis played for a little bit in the NBA, but not for too long.
Yeah, there's that dude's from Ghana.
Which dude?
Amina Brima.
I never heard of him.
I can't pronounce American names, let alone foreign names.
No, you're good. I never even heard of that guy.
Dude was 7 feet tall, though. So he was 7 feet tall, but 217 pounds. That's why he hasn't been heard from since.
Yeah. Have you seen the Taco Fall for the Celtics?
No.
That they signed out of UCF. They were in the tournament last year. He's 7'7".
Oh.
He's a fucking monster.
What's his name?
Taco, Tacko Fall. There's a picture. If you type in Taco Fall Carson Edwards, there it is right there, that picture. The third one on the articles. How much that guy's like 6'1". How much taller he is.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's like one of the. What's up?
Where's his weight? Because that's always the first thing I look at when I'm looking at someone who's that tall.
It's like
289.
He's got some fairly decent size to him. He's not skinny.
Yeah, he's not as skinny as you normally like. When you start talking about 7'7", I start thinking Sean Bradley or
Manute Bol.
Oh, the dude from China.
Oh,
Yao Ming.
Yeah, guys that are skinny.
Yeah,
no, he's
those guys like. Look, you're 7 feet tall, but you're getting moved out of the way by any halfway decent 6'10", 310 pound, center. So.
Right. And that's why I think he has a fighting chance, because he wasn't even drafted, but they signed him. And
his shoulders are a lot bigger than his body. He can put on another 20 pounds of muscle pretty easy.
Yeah. But the problem is at 7'7", 300 pounds, how well can you move? That's my concern. I don't know if you can move well enough to be an NBA player.
It depends on what kind of team you're running.
Yeah.
What kind of offense does Boston run?
Boston they run up a lot of screens and stuff. So
it's a lot of half court.
Yeah, they're not like the
they're not a run and gun
Miami
team.
Heat.
Then.
No. Yeah, they're more like the Spurs used to be.
Then he's possible.
Yeah, I could see. He's got a long way to go. He can't hit a free throw to save his life, but neither can Shaq.
Yeah, I was going to say that's not necessarily deterrent. Like they're going to foul out eventually, and
right. Yeah, they can't keep fouling you.
Yeah.
No, he played in the tournament. They played Duke and they lost by a point, and he was getting in Zion Williamson's head because Williamson couldn't score on him. I'm 6'1". When I drive into the paint in a rec league against a guy that's 6'5", that's hard enough for me to score. I couldn't imagine 7'7".
I thought you were 5'11".
No. 185 on a lean bulk. What's funny is the people that listen to they hear those little inside jokes like that and slapjack, they're like, what the fuck are these guys talking about right now?
So here's a good thing. He did not have a ton of minutes.
No.
So his body's still probably holding up pretty well. And I think that's a responsible thing to do.
So he's got a higher ceiling than a lot of guys because he didn't start playing basketball till he was 17 or 16.
Right. So he hasn't abused the fuck out of his knees up to this point.
Right. Exactly. And he's still raw. A high school, let's be honest, a high school coach isn't as good as an NBA coach. That NBA coach can come in and teach you some of the fundamentals a little bit better than a high school coach can. So I think, I don't know.
Jesus, this guy's smart too.
Yeah, he's really smart. He's a Muslim too.
Jesus, came fluent with English in 8 months and scored in the 95th percentile. Computer science major.
Yeah, if you listen to him talk in the interviews, you can tell.
So what you're saying is he's going to be taller than everyone on the court and smarter. That is dangerous.
That is, yeah. He doesn't have a jumper, but he's one of the. No, not at 7'7".
Just learn that fucking skyhook, bro. You'll be good.
Exactly. It said he's one of the 10 tallest human beings on Earth, too.
Yeah. And he's got bulk, and that's
lean bulk. People don't realize how tall 7'7" is. Like, I don't think people grasp it until they're standing next to someone that's that tall. Like, people, you look up to somebody that's 6'4", and in the grand scheme of things in the NBA, that's like a point guard.
Yep.
You know,
dude, and that's true because when I first started watching basketball at like 7 or 8, point guards were 5'11" to 6'2".
Right. Yeah, and they're getting bigger.
If you have a 6'2" point guard, he's undersized.
Yeah, it's an undersized. Exactly. Isaiah Thomas at 5'9", that's an enigma. I don't know how he even plays, but he uses his size to his advantage, so I'll give him credit on that. Yeah. But it's weird because the guards are getting bigger, but the big men are getting smaller. It's becoming a smaller league all around because they want them to be a little bit quicker.
Well, I don't know about that because the forwards are bigger too.
Like the small forwards are. Yeah, that's true. It's just the centers. 5s and 4s are a little bit smaller.
Yeah, which I mean, I like that the range is between 6'3" and 6'11" as opposed to 5'8" and 7'3".
7'3", yeah, exactly. It's like that lady that was arguing with me on Facebook about the WNBA being more exciting.
Well, hold off. I wanted to make that its own special comment. Well, fuck it, we're here. Okay. Let's do it.
Let's dive into it. Dive into it.
So I want everyone to know that I approach this from a different place than other sports fans. I love a lot of women's sports. I love volleyball. I would rather watch women's soccer than men's soccer. And the only hockey game I've ever seen in person was a women's hockey game. So,
right. So volleyball is really entertaining. And I don't mean that as like the pervert dude. Like volleyball is entertaining, especially with Nebraska. We have a top 10 team every single year. It's really exciting to see a team play that well. No matter what sport, you have to be able to appreciate that.
Look,
women's tennis.
Yes, if you have a sport where asses are doing squats and jumps all day and then putting on tight pants, yes, it's attractive. Let's just get that out of the way.
Yes,
that's a thing with volleyball.
It is.
I like.
That's not why
when it's watching Nebraska play. Sure, they're attractive, but God, have you seen how fast they are? Like that's a great team every year. Yeah, they're so quick.
It's cool. Like the old San Antonio Spurs, the New England Patriots. It's cool to see a team year in and year out produce like a well-oiled machine, no matter what sport or gender. Like they played that well, and the coaching is that great every single year. It doesn't matter who's on the roster; they're going to be a top 10 team.
Here's what I know about the WNBA, because this is what sparked this conversation, if I remember correctly. Right. No, it was soccer.
The soccer thing sparked it, but the article they cited. Cited that the WNBA players were, the average salary was $55,000 compared to the NBA where they're making $10 million. Like, well, you generate the revenue and we'll fucking talk.
Yeah. The thing is, they don't generate enough revenue to cover those salaries. The NBA has to supplement.
Yeah, the WNBA loses money. The NBA subsidizes it, and their counter argument to this was, well, that's just proving that everyone's sexist. I'm like, no. Here's like. The NBA is a business. Their number one goal is to make a profit, not keep a specific group of people down, right? So if the WNBA really was more exciting, more advertisers would be advertising on that platform. And you still have the screen up with the Kentucky or the Big Ten standings thing.
I mean, there's. I can pull it down, I guess.
Oh, okay. Sorry. So. If you're running a business where the primary goal is to make a profit, why would you purposely keep the more exciting league down? Why would you purposely lose money to subsidize that same league? It doesn't make any sense from a business perspective. It's just not as exciting, and it's okay.
So here's the thing. I mean, if I was being a bit of an edgy boy, I would say that the reason I don't watch the WNBA is the same reason I'm not a huge fan of the NFL right now, and that's because I don't like seeing a bunch of domestic abusers playing sports. Look it up. It's a huge fucking problem.
I believe it. Dude, I have a friend that played college basketball. She was a NAIA All-American. She in women's basketball. She likes the NBA more. Yeah. Right? It's not just a fucking like The NBA, it's not just, the sexist men. Most women prefer the NBA to the WNBA.
Right.
You can't look me in the eye with a straight face. Dude, they shoot from their chest and like 2 people in the league can dunk the ball.
Yeah. I mean, that was my joke. There's like 2 people that can dunk at any given time, and maybe 3 people that could hit more than 1 in 3 3-pointers in a game.
Right. Yeah. It's just not as competitive. And it's like I said, women's volleyball, women's tennis. I don't watch soccer, but I'm going to take it your word for it. Probably soccer. They've got us on that. That's cool.
And
that's
look,
fine.
and the thing is, I like soccer. And maybe the reason I like women's soccer more is because the one women's team I really follow is Team USA, and they're good. Whereas the men's soccer team I follow is Arsenal, and God, that's a struggle.
Yeah, I get confused because there's so many leagues with soccer, and you have so many people playing in different leagues, and it just I don't know.
Hang on a second.
Oh, you're good.
No, go. Keep talking.
Soccer just confuses me because you've got like national teams and then league play, and then sometimes teams will go and play in different leagues. I just can't follow it. It's a lot. People have the same frustration with boxing because there's so many different belts and different. There's the PBC, and then there's all different kinds of fighters. So I think it's just it's just too difficult for people to watch. That's why UFC has been so successful in the combat state or in the combat. In the combat sports arena, and boxing can't. So sorry, my Facebook was blowing up there.
So I'm looking something up here.
Oh, what do you want?
Oh, of course.
What's up?
Assholes about it. So here we go. Sorry, I'm trying to find the numbers I'm looking for.
Dude,
the shooting percentage for men's basketball is 4.61, and for women's basketball is it's 0.461, so 46%. And women's it is 44.
But they have a closer 3-point line.
So here's the thing. The 3-pointer for women's is 33.8%.
Mm-hmm.
For men's, it's 35.5.
Right, but the men's is further out.
Yeah. Well, there's some other things I'm trying to look for here. So here's where things break down, though. So, yeah, the shooting percentages are fairly similar.
Right.
The average team score in the WNBA is 81.9 points.
Yeah. 81.
Yeah, that's 2 quarters in the NBA right now.
It's 3. It's 3. They're usually about 50 points.
Is it
60. It depends.
Golden State playing, or is it like San Antonio playing?
Right. Yeah, no, Golden State can drop 81 in 2 quarters if they want to. That can happen. But more often, that's about 3 quarters of an NBA game. And with WNBA, you just don't have like the physical specimens like Giannis and LeBron. They're just not there. It's biology.
And that's the thing is, here's also my fear is, I don't know how to articulate this. Hang on. Sorry.
You got to be this is a touchy subject. You got to be careful how you word it because people can spin it to make it sound like you're saying just men are better than women.
At basketball,
they are. It's a fact. Now, Brittany Griner would school me in basketball. Sure.
Right.
That's if you want. I mean, whether she's a woman's debatable, but I mean, she would school me in basketball. Me, I played briefly in high school. That's it. I play in a rec league once a weekend, so it's like, but put her on not even a good NBA team, dude. Put her on one of the New York Knicks. Does she even crack the game day roster? I mean, from a completely objective standpoint, I don't think she cracks the game day. I don't think she plays. I don't think she suits up. She might be a decent player maybe a decent player in the D League.
I mean, so I don't think even there. And there's no way to really tell unless someone tries it. But and I hate this comparison, but it is a thing that happened. the U.S. women's national team on soccer played a bunch of 15-year-old boys and got destroyed.
Yeah, I heard about that. I heard that was kind of like they weren't really trying, or I don't know. But to lose to 15-year-old boys,
that's not the first time it's happened.
Oh, really?
No,
oh.
they do these games all the time, and like, you know, every couple of years, some reporter with an axe to grind will pick it up and be like, look at these women getting destroyed in soccer. Look, testosterone's a hell of a fucking drug, dude.
It really is. And I'll tell you, forget the NBA. The best example I've seen is firsthand, right? So I play basketball quite a bit. I need to start doing it more, but than I have been lately. But I play pickup basketball quite a bit. YMCA, just random people. If you get a guy who played college basketball, I've played against guys who played college basketball. They didn't even start, right? Guys that rode the bench at Lincoln or UNO. That guy is head over heels better than everyone on the court. You get a woman who played college basketball, she's middle of the pack. If she started, that's just my experience with it. And it's been consistent every time. I've played against plenty of women that played college basketball. I've never played one that's dominated like a dude who played in the same level of college basketball. I just haven't. The talent's just not there.
And I don't like saying talent. The biology is not there.
Biology is probably a better word for it.
I mean, when you start talking about men's and women's sports, it comes down to muscle density and weight and power. Testosterone's a hell of a drug.
It really is. It's just
you can't fake that, and it's not just like, oh well, you can just start taking testosterone. No, if you didn't get that shit when you were developing on a consistent basis, like what puberty does to the male body, there's no coming back.
No, there isn't.
Puberty changes the game. That's why you'll always see like, oh, look at this 11-year-old girl as a quarterback in this Pee-wee league schooling these boys. She's going to go on and play college. No, because at 13, she's going to get fucking wrecked.
Exactly. Because, at 11,
that's not her fault.
Because girls outgrow boys.
Yeah.
Up to that age. Yeah, but once they hit the middle school teenage years,
once puberty starts, it's game over.
Yeah, exactly.
Sorry, I don't want that to be true. Like I want equality.
Right, but that's just
not how evolution happened, dude.
No, that's just how it works, you know? It's just like with I know Rogan catches a lot of shit for the transgender fighters, but like
that's a crime to me.
It is. It's a grown people. You're really upset about that. I'm like, yeah, you should have a problem with the full-grown man beating the shit out of a woman too. Like we should all have a problem with that collectively.
I'm probably a little bit more left than you on this one.
Right.
If someone wants to change their biology and transition from male to female or female to male, I will do my best to use your new name and
I'll do that
proper. Like I'm not gonna do this weird game of Z and Zer and all that shit.
No, I will do that.
I will give you the pronoun of the gender you switch to.
No, I just do that as a decent person. I'm not going to call somebody. I mean, if I knew Bruce or Caitlyn Jenner, I wouldn't call her Bruce just to be.
I would, but that's specifically Bruce Jenner because he killed someone and then tried to deflect by changing his gender.
Okay, bad example.
You specifically, Bruce Jenner can eat a dick. Everyone else, okay.
And Bruce Jenner's opposed to gay rights too. That's my favorite thing about it.
I'm a traditional girl. Yeah, no, Bruce Jenner can eat a dick. I don't care.
Yeah. So
anyone
example.
else gets the basic level of human decency.
Right. No. Yeah. I'll call you the name unless it's something stupid. Like I don't call little Bow Wow Shad Moss. But if you try to change your name like that, no. Like I can't come to work one day and say, you know what, guys? Right. Yeah. If you're legitimately changing as a lifestyle change, yes, I will call you by what your correct pronoun and your correct name. I can't. That said, if I come into work tomorrow morning and say, you know what, guys, I want you to start calling me Trill OG, I don't expect them to abide by that. It's like, I don't expect that. That's completely unreasonable. So
all of that is to say, if you were a male who transitioned to a female after puberty, you have a genetic advantage, not genetic, a biological advantage in every sport except for a very select handful, and we're talking like gymnastics.
Right. And definitely, and if you transition before puberty, then we need to look into your parents.
Abuse.
Yeah, then that's child abuse. That's a whole, I mean, we could do a whole, we've got like 10 minutes left here, but we could do a whole podcast on that if we really wanted to. But speaking of Rogan, did you see, I guess his UFC commentary last night was just a disaster.
No, I don't follow UFC. Like,
neither do I.
I'm a wrestling fan. I don't follow UFC.
Neither do I, but I hopped on Twitter for I hop on Twitter once a week, and I saw that he was trending, and I'm like, uh-oh, what happened? It was UFC night. I knew that. So I guess he was just stoned out of his fucking mind and just wasn't calling the fight, and it was bad. It was really bad.
I wonder if he's trying to get out of that gig. Like, maybe he's just done with it.
I can, he's got so much going on. He's got kids that are like entering like middle school age, so he probably wants to start spending time with them. Because
does he make more from his podcast than from
definitely because the UFC is kind of losing money from what I understand at this point. They're not as successful as they were a couple years ago.
Everyone has an off night,
right?
And maybe he just caught an off night. That's
definitely, there's times you said entirely possible in a reference to Rogan. I love it.
Does he say that a lot?
Yeah.
Oh,
there's time. That's a meme. Yeah, he said that for a while. But there's times we'll do this show and I'll walk away like, fuck, I had an off night. Like, it is what it is.
Dude,
that's
like
there's
every other week for me on my show.
We're all human. We have shit going on in our daily lives, family stuff, friend stuff at our day jobs. Like, it happens. We have stuff on our mind and we can't focus on this. So it's not the end of the world and he has one bad night. But I mean, he's got the stand-up thing. He makes probably more money from his podcast than either of those things would be my guess. And I think he loves stand-up. And he does love UFC, but I think it's kind of like, he's got kids that are growing up.
At this point, he would rather do fight companions than commentary.
You think? Probably.
Not him, I think. You're a creator, so think about this from the creator's perspective. Would you like to do a show where you have to follow the company line and there's things you can't say and critiques you can't make and words that are definitely off limits? Or do you want to be shit talking on YouTube during the same fight and be like, this motherfucker's getting his bell rung? What a fucking idiot.
Definitely. That's why, like, if I could get paid the same to do... be like, because football is my favorite sport. So if you would pay me the same amount of money to sit there dressed up in a suit and tie in the booth every Sunday, travel around the country to do this shit, and say and to the 20 to the 25, and then give some cheesy ass backstory. Yeah, this running back right here, he was born to a single mom, like that nobody fucking cares about, right? Mm-hmm. Or I could sit in my house, drink a beer, smoke a joint, whatever, in a fucking t-shirt. We talk shit.
We could do like a watch along live streams to some football games. Like,
we've actually talked about that.
We don't show the football game, but like, okay, this is the time sync up, and people
we've actually
listen to us instead.
Nick and I actually talked about doing that.
That would have to be live though.
Yeah, no, we'd have to do it live, like live on the Facebook page. But yeah, we actually talked about doing that. Obviously, no, I was joking about the drug use. We wouldn't do that, but we'll drink.
Allegedly.
Oh no, we'll drink and shit. But he's talked about, because he knows the owner of one of the bars down in the Old Mill area, and he wants to do live streams there. I don't know about the logistics of that.
Do they have Wi-Fi?
Yeah. We could bring the portable camera, and I wouldn't want to bring the soundboard out there. We could just bring that Yeti mic.
You need to bring the soundboard out there.
You think so?
The Yeti mic would not work for this.
Oh, because that's true.
It would pick everything up. You want the directional mics.
That's true. Well, my problem is we could do it here, but I don't have cable. I think Nick's talking about getting it at his place for because I just don't watch TV. I really don't. Yeah, but I think Nick's talking about getting it at his place. I'm
actually thinking about getting like the Big Ten Network this year, though.
He's talking about getting like YouTube TV just for the NFL season, just to pay for that, which I've thought about because I actually do watch TV. But it's like, am I going to spend more money doing that or just going to a sports bar for every Sunday?
I don't know. How much money do you spend on alcohol when you're at the sports bar?
Valid point. So I did that last year. I went to sports bars for pretty much every game. And I just I ate before I got there, and I got a beer or two, which is like $8 after a tip, so it wasn't really that bad. So I actually saved money. But I don't know. You're silent. What's going on?
I just zoned out. I'm sorry.
Oh no, you're good. You're good, man. We got to get wrapping this up pretty soon anyway. But no, we're talking about doing some live stream sports games. So
you should do something right here that you don't normally do during your podcast.
What's that?
Plug your fucking Patreon and all that shit.
Oh, we did that in the last one.
Oh, good job.
It's beginning and end. We do it. Yeah, so make sure you go subscribe star. We're on there, Big Bill Media. You can donate on Anchor as well. You can do that directly, and you can just set it up so you don't have to donate manually. Just $1 a month, dude. Like, what do you do with $1 a month? Are you really like let me put it this way. If you're so pressed for money that you can't afford to donate $1 a month to a podcast that you listen to weekly, maybe you shouldn't have a smartphone to listen to podcasts on.
You trying to guilt your fans.
The pores are at it again. Honestly, I don't care, man. Y'all can donate. I love doing this, but it's cool to see money come from it too. And it does help us get better. It helps us get better equipment, helps us get better lighting. Like I said, we're in a new studio, so the next episode you'll see, like, actually we'll have the whole setup ready to go. You can kind of see it behind me right now. It's getting ready. But and then you make sure you subscribe on YouTube, like us on Facebook, Bread and Circuses by Big Bill Media. Buy shit from our Redbubble store. You can find that on our Facebook. We got some cool shit on there. That Omaha Beach tank that I was posing with MGK with. Probably going to have some new stuff coming up soon now that I got the whole studio set up. So, yeah, you got anything you want to plug?
Go to facebook.com/D&D Liberty and watch our podcast. We're starting to expand out and do multiple shows and bringing some people on to do some special projects. It'll be really fun.
Yeah, definitely. I've come on that show a couple times. We've announced it on here. So go check them out. All right.
Or else.
Or else. I didn't mean to guilt you guys. I love you. Peace out.
Bye, everyone.